Coolie by MULK ANAND. It is a social realist or protest novel. It exposes industrial and domestic exploitation. MULK ANAND presents humanism without sentimentality in the novel Coolie. It traces the tragic life of Muno, a poor hill boy from Kangra. The novel portrays child labor, colonial oppression, industrial capitalism, class conflict, and humanism. Muno symbolizes of voiceless masses. The novel Coolie represents exploited labor force. Tuberculosis symbolizes slow social destruction in the novel. The novel Coolie traces the tragic life of Muno, a poor hill boy from Kangra, whose life becomes a continuous struggle against economic exploitation and social cruelty. After the death of his parents, Muno is forced to work as a domestic servant in the house of Babu Nathuram, a cruel bank clerk. Harsh treatment drives Muno to run away to Daulatpur, where he works in a pickle factory owned by Prabha Dayal. Prabha is kind, but his business collapses due to exploitation by capitalists. Muno then reaches Bombay, working in a cotton mill where he experiences brutal industrial exploitation. He becomes involved in a workers' strike which exposes the harsh realities of industrial capitalism under British rule. Eventually, Muno is taken to Shimla, where he works as a coolie for Mrs. Menvani, an Anglo-Indian woman. Overworked, underfed, and suffering from tuberculosis, Muno dies tragically at a very young age, symbolizing the destruction of innocent lives under an unjust social system. Major themes in the novel: exploitation of the poor. Muno is exploited in every phase of his life, shows cruelty of employers and indifference of society. Child labor. Muno is forced to work from a very young age, highlights loss of childhood due to poverty. Industrial capitalism. Bombay mill life exposes inhuman working conditions, workers treated as machines. Colonial oppression. British rule worsens economic inequality. Indian labor suffers under colonial economy. Class conflict: rich vs poor, middle class cruelty exposed as worse than that of elites. Humanism: Mulkraj Anand sympathy lies with the oppressed, critiques social injustice with deep compassion. The novel influenced by Marxism and Gandhian humanism. It shows strong realism and social protest. The novel Coolie is one of the earliest Indian novels focusing on working class suffering, established Mulkraj Anand as a leading social realist, a powerful indictment of colonial and capitalist exploitation. Important characters in the novel: Muno is the protagonist, symbolizes the oppressed poor and exploited labor class. Babu Nathuram is a cruel bank clerk, represents middle class hypocrisy. BBG Nathuram's domineering wife. Prabha Dayal, kind factory owner, humane but powerless. Ganpat Prabhu's irresponsible partner. Mrs. Mainwaring, Anglo-Indian woman, represents colonial decadence, and moral emptiness.